cat's out of the bag in the live-action comedy Josie and the Pussycats.
And then I kicked him.
Find out what it was like for these fur-lined females to strap on guitars.
Playing that much, you know, was just enough to kill yourself.
And see how the supporting cast proved there's only one way to skin a cat.
I was kind of a bit like, oh my God, it's me and the 3 children.
Plus, hear about the making of the music.
They did end up going into the studio and recording backup vocals for all of the songs.
It's all next as we rock behind the scenes of Josie and the Pussycats.
Background! Action on the truck!
The comic adventure Josie and the Pussycats tells the tale of 3 girls from a small town who have formed their own rock band. The film stars Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid, and Rosario Dawson had a blast working and playing together.
We're all pretty level-headed, easygoing girls, and we just sort of took to each other. I mean, Rosario got here late 'cause she was shooting Pluto Nash up in Montreal. But like the first week, Tara and I did nothing but, you know, go out to eat and shop for like days on end. And, you know, we just talk, you know, and then Rosario came in like right into the groove. It's beautiful.
It wasn't any effort in this. Like, we all really, really get along, and we're all really opposite of each other in real life. You know, Rachel's more of the quiet one, I'm more of the loud one, Rosario's more of like the diva-ish one, and it kind of all complements each other, and we just have fun together. We really do. Like, we have a great time together, and we all have our different friendships with each other. There's no jealousy. There's, you know, my relationship with Rachel is different than it is with Rosario's, vice versa. But it's a great thing. Like, we really are friends.
It's very rare, in their opinion, that 3 girls who are all aspiring actresses who are doing their thing would get along. Because there can be a lot of infighting, catfighting, no puns intended, going on. And that's really not here. We're really supportive and loving of each other since the first day.
Let's promise each other something right here and right now, okay? No matter what happens, if we become huge stars, or if we end up hitchhiking back to Riverdale, we will always be friends first and a band second.
Friends first.
Friends first.
Becoming friends is one thing, becoming a band is another. But directors Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan had the perfect solution.
We brought them all to LA for 2 weeks of it's band camp. And when we put them in a room every day with each other, and a rock band called Powder, which we had hired to just sort of be there and guide them along, and they drilled them. They played the same 3 songs all day, every day, until they just wanted to shoot us and themselves.
We were all like taking private lessons separately, her in LA, her in New York, and me in Montreal, separately learning on instruments. And then we all got together for like, I think 2 weeks of band camp. And that was just intense.
It was worse than detention. I mean, it was like, it was like,
you cannot leave this room.
You were so forced to do it, and we're like,
probably about 7 hours a day.
5 hours of like playing, yeah, like, I mean, 7, but like 5 of playing, like an hour for a break or whatever. But like playing that much, you know, was just enough to kill yourself. We were just like, I mean, it was fun at first, but then we're like our hands are killing us. We're like, all right, we've done enough for today.
Yeah.
Like, and then like, if you were good enough, you got in trouble. And it was like, I felt like I was back in school.
And playback.
This movie, we were working like 16-hour days, like, right? It was never a 12-hour day. So we were like having like no turnaround. We're so tired, you know? And then finally we're like, oh, the weekend. They'd be like, you know what, we're flying up your drum teacher and your guitar and bass teacher from Los Angeles. You have to have, you know, another 2 days of band camp. We're like, no!
The drums make you hyper. Like, when you get going, you play, you don't want to play like, we have a couple different songs, you know, like Pretend to Be Nice and whatever. And I'm playing, those are a little slower. But then like 3 Small Words, I gotta like play and go crazy. And I love that song. Like, when you're a drummer, you like playing the crazy ones where you're hitting and you're smashing and you're like playing. It's so much more fun, but when you have to be subtle, you're like, I want to hit, you know? Like, you want to go crazy.
You could just pretend to be nice. Everything in my life would be alright.
I would say
less musically challenged than just musically reluctant was Rachel. I mean, she's the only person you'll ever meet who doesn't have a rock star fantasy. She couldn't get that guitar off fast enough. The minute we yelled cut, it was like, get it off. She didn't have that in her. She didn't want to do it. I mean, I think ultimately, hopefully, she wound up enjoying doing it, but she certainly was reluctant at the outset.
But I think it helped her character, because it would be different to have somebody playing Josie who was just such an extrovert and so kind of desperate for that attention and just trying, you know, and just overdoing it. She holds back a little.
Harry and Deborah needed no help directing the actors, but when it came to producing the music, they went to an expert.
They wanted us to have a music producer who really knows this world, who just somebody who could really guide us along, because we don't write songs. At least we hadn't before now, and we're just, you know, we have no expertise in that area.
What better expert than music mogul Kenny Babyface Edmonds?
Everybody thought, well, geez, this isn't really the sound that we're looking for, the Babyface sound. But he was really excited to move into rock. You know, he's been wanting to do a project like this forever. So it was great to work with Kenny and just see him have so much fun, to see him dancing around the studio, air guitaring, and it was just really great.
So that would be ooh, 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 ooh. Give me a track like that. Right, let's try that.
I've been a closet rock star all my life. This was like the greatest opportunity for me to flip on the living room lights and blast away the music and not feel ashamed. To be like, yeah, I'm freaking Spice Girls, I'm Lenny Kravitz, I'm David Bowie, I'm all of them mixed together and having a wonderful time.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, he looks at me with those innocent eyes and says it looks like you're wearing some kind of disguise because your hair sticks up, your shoes are untied. I hope that you got that shirt at half price and every word I say falls flat on the floor. I try to tell a joke, he's heard it before.
After the break, the Pussycats bare their claws.
I remember, like, you know, Rosario chucking me about and stuff.
And the directors play referee.
Sometimes we'll mom and pop people, but not too much.
I'm furious with them, actually. I don't think I want to continue this interview. I'm so angry.
Anything for you. Please don't ignore me, 'cause you know I adore you. Can you just pretend to be nice?
Action!
In the rock and roll comedy Josie and the Pussycats, Alan Cumming plays a sleazy music executive managing the careers of the hottest young bands.
Boys,
Resuming friendship. Thank you, Les. Now listen to me. Let's all take a moment. When we land, I will call the choreographer, and she will give you a new face.
Oh, too bad your mama couldn't give you a good face.
Take that back right now!
I'm sorry, Travis.
Thank you. You can have a new face, too.
He's one of our favorite actors. He's just so fantastic. And he came in and we just sat and talked about the movie and he left and we're like, God, do you think he'd do it? Do you think he'd want to do it? And we were so stunned to hear that he would. I mean, that was just luck and timing to wind up with Alan.
While stuck in a small town, Cummings' character, Wyatt, discovers the Pussycats and makes them his pet project.
I like my favourite line was when I go, I'm running a label here, Josephine. That was my favourite bit. I laughed so much when I did that.
Now, this will just take a moment. And now, I'll play it back with the mega sound.
And those 3 small words were way too late.
Is that us?
You can see that I'm the one.
It sounds so
I want a Big Mac.
What? Mel, you're a vegetarian.
I know, but suddenly I want one. Maybe on the way back to the hotel?
Okay. As long as we can stop by Foot Locker, too. I'm dying for a pair of old school tree horns.
Jerkin tree horns are the new Adidas.
When the band records their music, it goes into this machine, and the machine does some evil thing, and then when it comes out again, the music is kind of imbued with all these subliminal messages. So when the music's played on the radio and the people buy the CDs, they get all these subliminal messages about like what to buy, what to think, who to like.
And they're just so excited that something like this happened. I mean, literally, like, just a couple hours before, we're like, we're gonna go outside and play and get a record deal. And we didn't even play and we got a record deal. So that's pretty incredible. And that's how this movie starts. And that's how you get introduced to these really crazy characters.
The craziest of characters being Fiona, played by indie film queen Parker Posey, who has her own dreams of rock fame.
Oh my God, to be a part of a rock band? Are you kidding? Oh, I'd love to do that, but I had a dance number in the movie, and that was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head of Mega Records and the host of your party, Fiona.
Isn't she fabulous?
Fiona. Welcome to your party. And no spectacle. Let's go be girls.
Parker's been amazing. You know, she doesn't, in the first week she kept saying, well, you know, I don't do big studio movies. And she's looking around amazed, but she's really stepped up and is just, she's hysterical.
Forget it. Find yourself a new girl.
Yeah, you see, I would, but everybody's already here. Too bad. Maybe all you need is a little more incentive, Wyatt.
I found these little girlies trying to sneak out without paying their hotel bill. But Parker finished quite early. She got out quick. So when she left, I was kind of a bit like, oh my God, it's me and the 3 children. But they were lovely. But yeah, Parker and I were because we just shot a film together immediately before this. So that was really nice. That really helped with our relationship in the film, actually, that we're very easy with each other and able to be so stupid, you know, with each other.
He's so funny. Alan Cummings he's a genius. I mean, he really, really is. He's one of the funniest actors. He's always on, and he does these expressions and the way he says things. It just, you can't even look at him sometimes when you're off camera because you're gonna laugh, you know? And Parker, I'm the same way with. Like, if Parker's on camera and I'm where you are, I'll have to put my head down sometimes because I can't even look at Parker. She's so funny.
Oh, look at the pouty girl. Boo-hoo. Well, you better snap out of it, Red, because you've got a show to put on.
Are you kidding? You think I'm really gonna play and help you send messages to all those kids? No. Forget it. I'm done.
Oh!
And the two of them on screen together, it's so fantastic. You know, you just want, everyone sits in dailies and watches them and just laughs. They're just so delicious together.
But learning how to stage a fight proved a bit of a challenge.
I felt so bad for the stunt guy. They're like, Tara, you're not punching him close enough. So they wanted me to like punch him and like land like right here. And I was just so afraid I'm gonna hit the guy, right? And they're like, just go closer. And I'm like, I'm gonna hit him, I'm afraid. So finally I go, wait a minute. I had to kick him in the stomach and then throw a punch. All of a sudden I do it backwards and I punch him in the stomach. And then I punch him in the face and real life I'm like, and then I got so nervous I kicked him.
When we come back, the Pussycats perform for 5,000 people.
I think the more the merrier, I really do.
Plus, we'll reveal how hard Tara really worked on the set.
It was just like ridiculous.
Hey, Alligan, how's it hanging?
No, actually, it's Alan.
Yes, what's with the initial anyway? It didn't work for Sheila E. It doesn't work for you.
If Josie and the Pussycats looks like fun on screen, it has a lot to do with the fun the cast had off screen, at least according to actor Gabriel Mann.
I'm Josie.
I'll tell you about the girls. Rachel, Libra, Tara, Scorpio, Rosario, Taurus. This all works astrologically very well together. Scorpio and Taurus being the opposite ends of the spectrum, but vibing very strong together. Rachel, Libra, is the balancer, sort of like a perfect triangle, you know?
I was wondering, did you want to do something tomorrow?
Yeah.
When?
2?
No, can do. Taping E.
Oh, I want 1:30.
MTV.
3.
MSNBC.
4.
4:15.
4:15.
Sold to the young man with no future.
The girls are really, really lovely. It was a bit odd being so old compared to them. That was, you know, I can't deny that wasn't difficult. And also, but that was like quite nice to get, you know, it's a long time since I've hung out with 21-year-olds.
It's a fun movie. It should be a fun environment making the movie. You know, it shouldn't be the kind of thing where people are afraid to mess up, or, you know, it shouldn't be a tense environment on a movie like this, or on any movie, really.
However, there was a little bit of tension while shooting a huge concert scene.
We knew we had to fill a stadium full of people for this last scene where the girls play a stadium concert. And we were terrified nobody would show up. We thought, you know, how are we going to shoot this scene if 200 people show up? And they hired a Canadian boy band to perform, and 10,000 kids showed up.
I remember we were all backstage. They bring us up on this riser from behind. I remember just looking at them going, you guys, this is it.
You see, and everyone's kind of like watching us,
and all of a sudden the whole crowd was revealed to us.
Yeah, there was like 5,000 people in there, and they were still bringing in more and more people. But after a while, you couldn't even hear the difference. It was just amazing. All these faces just looking straight at you.
All of
and
them
it's
just
different when we do
music,
theater all the time or something like that. If we do like film work, where it's like we can have a couple crew members around, that's about it. But this is like thousands of people like looking for you.
Literally, as they were coming in, we were shooting stuff, and we finally turned the cameras back around on this crowd, and the girls played, and they were cheering. But the longer we went, the kind of more surly they got, because they just wanted to see the boy band.
Despite the crowd, the girls still seized the opportunity to rock.
And we're on this little thing, and all of a sudden it rises right above the stage. And everyone's like, ah! You know, the lights go on us and the smoke machines, and like, and then like we go up on the drums, and I'm like counting up like 1, 2, 3, and, you know, and Rachel's like, you know, like Rosario was like, and we take it so serious. We're like, yeah, come on, who's your daddy? You know, like, it was so much fun.
Everything you ever wanted is here. We never needed anyone to change our minds. Don't waste our time.
Coming up, we take you inside for some revealing cat fights on the set.
We fought and stuff, and it seems like that's par for the course.
And action!
For the cast of the pop comedy Josie and the Pussycats, shooting the film wasn't like work at all.
Hands down, it was definitely the funnest movie I've ever made in my life. You know, it's not like you can even say necessarily it's the best or this. I mean, they're all so different, but I've never, ever, ever had even like 10% as much fun as I did on this movie. That's better.
People keep asking if we fought and stuff, and it seems like that's par for the course in making
Stop with all the
movies
puns
today,
of cat fights, because
so,
it's just tired.
I mean, like, I don't know why people assume that.
It was just, there was just none of that.
At least I don't think I need this anymore. Riverdale Muni Bus Pass.
Guys, you know what? We have the only bus passes in Muni history with 3 people in the picture.
It's not my fault you both jumped in on mine.
Okay, no, you both jumped in on mine. You know what, though? We should keep these. Remind us where we came from. It was like, okay, today you're gonna hold a kitten, and then after that you're gonna jump up and down on a trampoline, and then you're gonna hug your friends and dance, and you're gonna sing and dance, and you're gonna have a water fight, and then that's
wash
it.
a car. And, like, I mean, it was just like,
it was
you
just
know.
like,
And
make sure
then,
you
like,
smile a lot.
Thanks for watching. Join us next week as we go behind the scenes with Tom Green in Freddy Got Fingered. We leave you now with the music video of Josie and the Pussycats singing 3 Small Words.
It took 6 whole hours and 5 long days for all your lies to come undone. And those 3 small words were way too late. 'Cause you can't see that I'm the one. It took 6 whole hours and 5 long days for all your lies to come undone.
A continuación, Coming Attraction, solo en